My beautiful stars, reading time. It has been storming here all night. A lot of rain. We're going to start with these. I haven't started with this deck for a while, so I just want to see, main collective, what your focus is emotionally right now. Okay, so we've got addictions and denial. Just side note, those two together, you could be really wanting to give up some bad habits right now that maybe you're in a little bit of denial with, especially if you know you have an addictive personality type. But there could be certain situations emotionally that you're questioning if you're in a state of denial as well, okay? And maybe let's not just go to actual, substances, but maybe right now you're kind of focusing out and obsessing over a certain thought pattern that you're questioning. Is this obsession in your mind? Is there something you're not seeing clearly right now? Okay, you are definitely trying to cleanse and clear. This collective, there's something about your mental discipline and your willpower that's in focus for you. Don't make it fit. You're really trying to cleanse and clear out some negative energy around you, things that you've been avoiding for quite a while. So your intuition about you in general and actions you need to take would be in full force at the moment. Let it be dietary changes, substance issues, better routine, organization. Maybe your focuses have been on the wrong thing of recent and you're really wanting to kind of give your life a shake up, but in a good way. All right. Yes, you could have someone connected to you that you put in the category of an avoidant and you're questioning if you have denial over this situation. But I always talk about projection. And if you were someone in life, you constantly call in avoidant people. I always say these lessons can come in all forms, especially if in your current life there's certain things you've had intuition you need to change, but you keep avoiding. You keep falling into temptation and desire. You yourself embody avoidant tendencies. I say it can come down to a simple lesson like, wanting to clean your house or put some washing on or do something and you're like, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. You want to go for a walk, oh, I'll do it later. You're avoiding your needs, okay? But this right collective, there's things in your life that need to start to shift a little bit. So, and I say this about signs, and if you watch tarot, you're clearly someone that sees signs in the world. If you're a collective, is coming to my mind for a reason, you always feel the person on your mind, your masculine, feminine energy, whatever it is, you're getting signs of. If it's a masculine, in general, you're seeing their name, numbers, whatever that resonates with them. That's your higher self telling you your masculine energy, your internal masculine, your internal yang needs to be strengthened with action, determination, and willpower. Okay, mental discipline. Whoa, you've got some... Okay. Yes, you could be thinking that you're in a karmic connection, so quite a toxic, triggering connection, but your karmic energy, your own karmic energy, your own internal block, are something that need to be focused on. So we talk about our veil, so the armor that comes up when we're vulnerable, the defense we've learnt from 3 or 4 years old when we don't even know emotion properly, that keeps us armored in life, our own karmic energy. This collective, I think you're just really aware right now of things you need to change, which means you're seeing repeated lessons and patterns in your life, in your behavior, that intuitively hold you back. Okay, let's confirm these. It's so funny. It's coming to my mind. Side note for a reason. Let's just say this collective, because there's a reason I say everything. Let's just say this collective, you feel, because I see this so much in personals and collectives, a lot of the time our pentacles are around us. So pentacles isn't just about money, it's the things that ground us and stabilize our emotion, right? But when we've got agony in the heart, we can really mistake our emotion and think all of our anxiety and stress is coming because of matters of the heart, right? So let's just say this collective, you feel you have an avoidant connected to you, questioning if they're a karmic or if they're a soul connection, or you could be questioning, is this avoidant energy connected to someone else because they're not wanting to face the intensity of our connection, right? Is this person in denial over their emotions, or am I in denial? Am I delusional? Especially if you can't really, is this karmic? Is this a soul connection? Is this a twin flame? Let's just say this collective, you're seeing your emotion very surface level. In general, either way, if you know this emotion is about you that needs clearing, or your well, not really higher self, but your intuition is taking you to this is someone connected to you. The one very good thing here is this collective, either way, you know what you're facing right now emotionally needs to be cleansed and cleared, right? But let's just say the second deviation of all those, what we just went over, that is something out of your control, right? So you know, focusing on it, creating an obsessive thought pattern of something you've got no control over is completely unhealthy. Now, if you've been getting intuition to do everything that we were explaining before, wouldn't you think focusing on that, something you can control by changing your life in a better way, is going to add a soothing energy to you? That might not work straight away, but after weeks, months of consistency, you're going to start to feel better, right? The reason I'm going into detail, because I see this a lot. So many people really feel their pain comes from unanswered questions and not knowing something about a certain situation, when your pain is really coming from things in your life that need to be tempered, things in your life that need to be soothed and focus on, things in your life that you do have control of, which is going to stabilize and ground your energy. Addictions. Divine feminine. So it really confirms this collective. Remember, feminine energy leads with emotion, right? And when we have certain things in our life that alter our emotion through, it could just be as simple as drinking, whatever it is. If you know you're a spiritually connected person, and what you've been facing emotionally, you've been altering your thought pattern with certain substances, okay? This right collective, I don't need people in the comments saying, oh, it's okay to have this right collective. You know whatever this is holding you back. And you know whatever this is, it's not good for your emotion. This is something you can control with willpower and mental discipline. You question this collective, you question your emotions so much right now. This denial, this avoidant, this karmic energy. There's something in your mentally right now, it's not balanced, and it's sad, because I think the unanswered questions you may be facing makes you feel like you're on the crazy chain. It's got nothing to do with unanswered questions. It's got to do with you not seeing your emotion properly, because unfortunately you clearly have a hyperactive mind, and when you add substances or whatever it may be on top of that, it makes you even more overwhelmed. And deep in your soul, the right collective knows it. Stop putting it off. Denial. Red flags. Wow. No wonder I started this reading with saying it's been storming all night. This right collective, that message in itself, it ties into your energy. I just feel such an emotional overwhelm, and the sad thing is it's your own internal red flags. And I think, again, when you are seeing it in your old belief system, society's view on things, seeing the emotion in the blocks, I think you question your sanity, because clearly whoever this is connected to you, you know deep down this whole situation's a big red flag. So when it comes to your denial, I think it's more you feel crazy for this, where you're denying your own internal red flags right now. I feel this collective, you're very confused in the heart space. And then it goes down to, no, I need to cleanse and clear, that this is my one, this is this. Everything I say is for a reason. Your confusion isn't coming from what this connection is to you. It doesn't even need a label. I always say this, the label blinds you guys. Soul connection, karmic, whatever it is, it doesn't need a label. This collective, your heart space is clearly in agony, but your soul space is crying out for you to truly see yourself right now. This collective, I guarantee you, this is far greater than you just not knowing what's going on in love. Telepathy. I always say, and this is just my universal truth, unless you're in the same room as someone to really see if you guys are telepathically connected, it's a very dangerous thing to hold on to. And there's a reason we just deviated about signs. And I feel this collective, sometimes when this overwhelm comes over you, you question, is this their emotion? Are they telepathically connected to me? Can I feel what they're going through? And again, if you do believe this is the one and more of a mirrored connection, you guys embody the same things. You embody the same, not all of them, but a lot of the same things that need to be reflected and healed. So if you see this person, or you have intuition that they're some form of addict or obsessive kind of person, addictive personality traits, that they have red flags, that they may be in denial, that they're going through karmic triggers, or I always say, point that finger back at yourself. Because just how external signs are all about you, and until you decipher them, you're forever going to think you're seeing whatever your brain's telling you you're seeing. It's the same with emotional signs, emotional ignition. My universal truth, unless you're in the same room as someone thinking you're telepathically connected to them, especially if it's been a long time apart, you don't have each other on socials, there's no way to truly know that for fact, it's not good for the mind. So, abandonment. I think this, this is in your karmic energy that needs to be healed. But I do, again, think this collective, you feel abandoned by the person on your mind, and maybe you feel they chose someone else. But inner child healing, this collective, you are very aware. I always say as a reader, I'm not here to tell you how to feel. I'm here to confirm your thought pattern. So you've either been the past couple days, even past couple weeks, but you aren't putting it into action, or I'm here to confirm what you have been thinking. Okay. This is why I say I'm not that reader. Take what fits and leave the rest. If it doesn't resonate, it doesn't resonate. A reading shouldn't have to make you, it shouldn't confuse you. It should be like bing, 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 bing. Your body should ignite, all right? And I just think this poor collective, deep down in your soul, there's things that you can start shifting in your life to start clearing out this heavy emotional overwhelm. But it's like unfortunately right now you're just not focusing on the right things, and you're mistaking your heart space with the things that need to be grounded and stabilized in your own personal life. I want one more. And then you think this person's spying on your socials, and I literally just said, especially if you're not on each other's socials, not a good outlook. So again, I think you have people accessing your energy, and I'm not saying that you don't. I'm just confirming what you're feeling. But from what I can see, and I will break everything down, this is your actual own energy that needs to be balanced. This isn't because other people are siphoning and weighing you down emotionally, and deep down you know it. But let's get into it. Okay, first I just want to get a universal message for you. I want to get your tarot, and then we'll see how this goes, and anyway, let's just see this first. Universal message for you. What the universe is wanting you to know right now. So your first card is Temperance. They are trying to moderate you. They're trying to moderate your emotion. They're trying to balance you out. They're trying to provide you harmony in yourself, not externally. Okay, they are probably testing your patience a little bit here. There's something within the next 14 to 30 days. So this month of July may be a very heavy focus of karmic clearing. You need to embody yourself through your own actions and energy and decisions. Saturn's in retrograde, so a lot of these things would be full focus for you right now in your mind, because your higher self is wanting you to start balancing this out. You could be on social media as well, so, well, you would be. Don't make it fit. This card is about networking, marketing, social media, publicity, internet fame. They're trying to expand you right now, but you're about to be put under the spotlight. A lot of exposure is lingering around you right now, so they're clearly trying to balance you for a reason here. Hermit. So you've clearly been going through a healing journey. Okay, I don't know if it's just been the past maybe couple months you feel like some of your bad habits have come back into, focus in your life. Whatever it is, you've been on the process of a hermit journey, a temperance journey. You've been trying to find that peace and resolve and that guiding light. You've been really focusing on that star at the end of your tunnel. And even though moments do feel dark at times, there's always an end goal for you, okay? But they are trying to illuminate your darkness. But your darkness doesn't just get illuminated by answers of external stuff. There's things in your life by really starting to focusing on that is going to start creating an illumination and lightening up that dark path per se. I always say true spiritual, people, well, not true spirit, that's wrong wording. People that activate, especially out of dormancy, so you go through a spiritual awakening, you guys have had so much trauma in life, and I find a huge chunk of you, unfortunately, have struggled with addictions, and a lot of people that have had a lot of trauma and traumatic lives, that's, unfortunately what you've become accustomed to. It's like, I get it. I'm not trying to downplay whatever this collective's going through. It's not easy to choose a path of sobriety. And I always say this, unless you really want to change, no one can make you stop smoking, stop drinking, stop doing whatever it is that you've got to want to do that. It's the same with dietary changes. Whatever it is, if it's someone trying to implement and inflict it on you, it's not going to last. But I feel this collective, you're clearly so strong. For you to be aware of this makes me feel that you have chosen to take a path of sobriety before, or you come in and out of these bad habits. It's like your soul is telling you you're ready to and again, this is such a touchy subject. Like, I get it. I'm no one's mother, but just what I'm getting from the energy of this collective, you know deep down in your soul that what you do to alter your mind state, it doesn't benefit you. It creates more of an imbalance. The Magician, I always say when I see this on someone's spread, you are one magical, powerful being. You are a creator of universal magic. You are so highly connected, and you really are destined for great things. But a magician's mind is a very fascinating thing, especially when a magician's mind is altered with the things we've been speaking about. He can be a bit of a trickster in general, so he needs a nice clear mind, okay? But you do have manifestations, glowing threads around you right now, especially when it comes to whatever you're doing for your career. And this card specifies inspired action. I feel this collective, you really are ready to start making pivotal changes. Chariot. Look at these cards. World and... Okay, that one, that's your surface level. That's when you're in the box. Okay. But this Chariot is beelining you right now. And once we pop on that Chariot, there's no stopping it. Okay, it's like you're really in that black and white. Should I, shouldn't I? Yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. It's your decision at the end of the day. But they're wanting to complete something out for you. They're wanting to remove something that doesn't serve you anymore so they can grant you a completion. They can grant you something beautiful, accomplishments, duty, responsibility, completion of cycle. I always say we only get granted a world once we've removed something, we've moved on from something. Structure, achievement, boundaries, but maybe you need to be a little bit more restrictive in your life. You could be a little bit of a sensationalist. You need that little bit of excitement, or I think your soul is calling for just a few restrictions, okay? But this, and especially if you do or you have resonated with being a little bit nervous or ADHD mind, very kind of in and out, that kind of stuff doesn't help, okay? But you do have, there's something to do with communication around you, but this bird's card isn't the best, okay? It's about flighty behavior. And if you're seeing someone as an avoidant, if we go back to that start and we're seeing it more surface level emotion in the box, that kind of sums up this, you know, what I was seeing, the personality type. Maybe it's always very back and forth and not a lot of compromise when you guys speak, but this is about making contact, text or call someone. But again, ADHD, nervous, flighty, kind of that, I don't even want to say debate, because I think people that can go back and forth, more of a debate kind of energy, you guys can still kind of come to a compromise. This reminds me of more of a combative kind of communication style, but important numbers so far. So 12th of this month, write that down, because you've got 30 days. This month's going to be pretty highly charged emotionally, but 12th of the 7th, you've got 8 here, 2 here, and 20. So they could be just birthdays, your life path number, oh, that would be 11, but confirm these cards so we can get specific date of births or important memories, dates. Temperance. Oh, look, you are destined for some big things. And for some big things, you need a clear state of mind, okay? Again, I'm no one's mother. I'm just here for advice, but this is coming through for this collective for a reason. You were born to be head of the pack, and you've got the Milky Way here. So underneath, there's some balance that you've got something very big that they're trying to give to you through this Magician energy. You're born to have so much success around you. Of course, where there's success, there will always be competition. I always say there's not one person in this world that is loved by all. People that are born with this kind of path in life, you're polarizing. People will either love you or hate you. So this is also why you need a clear state of mind, because an altered mind, this could maybe really get under your skin, or you say silly things or do silly things. If you're born to be on social media and under the spotlight, you want a nice clear state of being. Okay, getting things done, you lead the way, finishing first, dominating. So even if you're in a saturated field, you're born to be head of the pack, okay? But there's something about your motivation, your masculine energy, they're trying to really balance out right now. But your persistence and your will to win is probably one of your strengths, which means you're a very persevering person. When you're locked in, you're ambitious and you're determined to do whatever. So if you lock in on this, nothing can stop you. This collective, you are that personality. When you want something, when you want to achieve something, it's that 7 of Wands. No one can tell you otherwise. No obstacle, no Mount Everest is too big when you're locked in. Remember that about your soul. Because as soon as you choose to lock in, you're the personality type that can create change like that. 15. It's just your shadow, devil energy over you right now that they're trying to temperance, balance. Spotlight, 20. Oh, it's time to remove unwanted stuff. They're trying to clear and purge something. If you're about to really take off on something, 20th of November could be important. Or look back, especially if you've been on social media for the past couple of years, because I always say cycles repeat. Did you start taking off around your social media at this time last year? But they're trying to... The right collective, this reading will make sense. If you are really destined for big things and your addictions are getting in the way, there's something here. They want this cleared for you. If you're meant to be seen on a grand scale, very global, this is important for this collective. Remove unwanted stuff. It's time to purge. You need a clean sweep. This is unavoidable. Just remember, we're coming into a lot of karmic energy right now throughout the next few months, but they're wanting you to have a total makeover so we can restore your harmony. Delete the old. Let's get one more for that. It just creates obstacles. They're wanting to remove the obstacles, the blocks, especially if you've envisioned a big takeoff season and it just hasn't set in stone for you, okay? You are protected. I'm not trying to put... This is always protected. You're clearly someone very, very special, but there's just certain things that you need to start shifting. 21st of the 11th as well. And also maybe you've been feeling a little bit of a disconnect from whatever it is that you do for work at the moment. Maybe you've been feeling a bit fuzzy or lack of motivation. I want one more. Wow. This is part of your soul contract. Let's take engagement and whatever out of it. Whatever your path is in life, this is a huge part of your contract, your agreement, but they're wanting to provide you the next level here. Okay, statement of intent. Yeah, marriage union. There's something here for yourself that your path is, it really does something to your soul in a beautiful way. And also, side note, I'm hearing future-wise for that. Maybe there's someone destined through your work path that you're meant to really align with this kind of energy, and you don't even know it. You really have been going through a beautiful healing journey, and you're going through so much spiritual growth. You're clearly a star. So through your hermit journey, your connection to source, you're evolving, your past life self, you've got so much personal growth, and you are grounded. But health is probably, and I'm not saying you're in bad health, but if you have these kinds of things that create mental fuzz, it's affecting your health in that kind of way, okay, emotionally. 5th of the 7th, 7th of the 5th, Magician. Very strong person. You've got the moose under this Magician, so you're a very independent kind of, I just keep hearing you're very financially savvy, but I was hearing independent with that. So you remind me of one of my collectives. Everything you've gained in life, you've done it through your determination, your willpower, your perseverance. With this Magician, you've got moose energy with this. So you're powerful, you're independent. Even in your time alone, you soar. It's like, this is coming to my mind so clearly. This chapter, if you feel you're in spiritual isolation in a magical bubble, I'm hearing your time alone in your contract is where you create your greatness. Your time alone should be appreciated, because this is, your time alone is where you truly build your empire, is what I'm hearing. It's not, this is coming in so clearly. It's not about being lonely. It's not just, oh, my time alone. Your time alone is when you're meant to manifest something very big in your life. And if you are turning to the things you're turning to because you're trying to numb out, you're sick of it, change your mindset. Your time alone is the most important time in this physical life. This is the part of your soul contract where you're meant to be getting all your ducks in a row. I wouldn't be surprised if you live in a number 7. People that live in 7s, like, or if your house number comes to a 7, it's about truly thriving in independence, your spiritual gifts, health. It's also to do with health. So if a lot of things are in full focus for you to do with health, that would make sense. That's very important because that just came out of nowhere in my mind. So the right collective, you've had this intuition within. Chariot. So instead of wishing your time alone away, be enthralled with it, because that's what's truly meant to change your life. Oh, you know what I'm going to say. This card, go grab a book. If this whole reading is resonating, go grab a book, run your hand, see which one you're magnetically drawn to, and turn to either page 26 or 10 or both and read the first line. That's a message from your higher self, your angels, to guide you, a guiding message from this message, okay? But your Chariot, there's something hidden. It's a mystery. There's secrets here that are trying to come forward from the dark. And 26 of the 10th. You've got some powerful things in the shadow. And the sad thing is, you think your denials come, you're seeing things so surface level, this collective. This world. Another one of your time alone. Truly, your accomplishments and everything come in your time alone. Another huge confirmation. Take your time alone with 2 hands. And so underneath your manifestations, your Magician energy and your world energy, you've got 2 cards of your independence, and your time alone is what creates your change and your accomplishments. See it in a different outlook. Just saying. But maybe right now as well, your mind's really starting to break free from your past belief system. There's a reason we deviated through both with this part. That could be your mind right now. And government organizations, institutions, hierarchy, all the things that we get conformed to, that 10% of the world that conform the 85%. Remember, you aren't that. Not if you're meant to be achieving these things. So don't think like that. All right, this last one, this communication. Oh, it's got to be handled gently and carefully, especially when it comes to your own mind. Snowflake energy over that. It's so funny because all of these I was reading about really you, and that is what makes you start to feel whole and complete when you've got the right outlook on you, right? As soon as the surface level shit, bloody program stuff comes in about broken love, unanswered questions, it just sets you in a tailspin. That's not this collective's issue. Might feel like it when everything you've been trying to heal is resurfacing. This shouldn't be your focus, this collective. Okay? And like I said before, everything I'm saying, the right collective, you felt this. I'm here to confirm your feelings. You know this. You're going powerful soul transition. Powerful soul transition. Whenever this comes up, it's just your habit you've created by always thinking about it. You need to be on top of it. This is my habit. I'm breaking this habit. When I think of this, I'm going to focus on me. I'm not going to give in to temptation and desire in life. I'm going to strengthen my yang energy within. I'm going to put restrictions in my life where are needed, and I'm going to charge in the areas that I've been putting off. I think the biggest thing to get out of this part, you need to write on your whiteboards, on your bathroom mirror, on your other mirrors in your house, my time alone is where I build my empire and my greatness. You need to change your subconscious programming that your time alone equals sadness, or no, this is meant to change your life. Embrace it. It's meant to truly create balance and center. I want to get an animal card for you. Let's get an animal card. All right. I just want to see how you're shining right now, and then we'll see what you're transitioning into through this period. If you can start really focusing on what your intuition is already telling you to focus. Like I said before, no one can tell you to make this change. You have to want to make it. But hopefully this reading has come to the right collective to solidify your thought pattern and give you strength in just doing it. I always say things like this, and again, I'm not a healthcare professional. Go get cleared by your doctor. I've done so many water fasts in my life now, and true water fasts, and again, go get cleared by your doctor. If you can, and if you've never done them before, you want to start with maybe a 3-day, then a 7-day, 14-day, and then maybe a 21-day, and then push it to a 30. Anyway, if you can get up to doing a 21-day water fast, where literally all you're consuming is your water, if you can do that, you can do anything. And it is such a good way to give up addictions. It is such a good way. And the spiritual connection, as soon as you hit about 7 days, the spiritual connection you get, it's like no other. No other drug, no other nothing can connect you like a true water fast. And if you can get to at least 14 to 21 days, watch how easily you break these habits, okay? Again, go get cleared by your healthcare professional. This can help with so much. Not just, substances, but the food you consume, the appreciation you get for the world around you, and the things you either put on top or internally on your vessel, in your vessel. By doing that, it's absolutely mind-blowing. Reason it's coming to my mind for this collective. Okay. All right, so how you're shining right now. Oh my, you're even now with what you're going through, you're shining as the hawk, our divine messenger. So you are truly a child of the divine. And the turtle, you're just gaining life lessons and experience. I'm reading these to you. You're a very special collective. I'll let turtle first. You're an ancient soul. I believe that. Grounded, trusting, and you're at home in the self. So even with what you're going through, this is how you're shining up there. So imagine when you're clearing this stuff. It is wonderful to be in the presence of a turtle's personality. Like the beaver, the turtle has strong relationships with the earth and water elements simultaneously. This helps to ground and connect them to the deeper truths of life. And just that, us talking about that water fast, and again get cleared, but your connection and your channel, you're already a divine messenger. I wouldn't be surprised if this collective, you've already done water fast before. No matter where their travels lead them, turtle energy is behind all great writers and storytellers. So you've got a creative's mind. As they collect life experience underneath their shells for later use, the most potent turtle energy helps us close all the other books and begin to tell our own true tale. Very beautiful. When in balance, you're peaceful, you're adventurous, and you're productive. But when you're out of balance, you slow down to a halt. It's coming. Okay, the hawk. You're watchful, you're all-seeing, messenger of divinity. The sharp eyes of the hawk watch out every move. This keen-eyed bird has the ability to see every little detail as well as the bigger picture. And this is why you're such an observant. You've got a creative's mind. A creative's mind needs to be balanced because your mind is a natural overthinker, over-analytical. You would be the most observant soul. So when you have a brain that moves that way, you need balance because otherwise your overthinking will get the best of you. You see everything. Where are we up to? The bigger picture. When this card appears, fate has its eyes on you and the winds are shifting. It is said that the hawk carries news upon its wings and is sent from divinity itself to deliver it. The messenger should not be taken lightly. Though it may seem small or insignificant, it will eventually redirect your course. When you're in balance, you see clearly. Your intuition is on point. When you're out of balance, you see too much. You become suspicious. You question your denial. You question this. You question that. Okay. One more for your current energy. Two more. Oh, you got the shark. You've got some truths to tell. They say he's the one that circles under the surface with so much more to give. So there's something about your authenticity. And the masculine, so that they are trying to activate you. This is the divine masculine card. And I said it before, you are so full of action. When you lock in this collective, no one can stop you. There is nothing too big in your path that will knock you off it. Just remember that about yourself. Let's read these both. Solar force, action, achievement, masculine energy. The cheetah is the epitome of the solar force. It shines from inside this great creature and expands outward to brighten the universe truth. The energy within the cheater's personality is palpable to others, and they naturally attract an audience to bear witness. No wonder you would be gravitating towards that Milky Way card. They're remarkable, and to their remarkable achievements. So they're trying to really give you some big things right now, and people are meant to be sitting front row. Okay. I can't believe this is already how you're shining with what you're going through emotionally. So imagine all of this lined up with strength and imbalance. Purpose and passion are the best fuel for the cheater's forward momentum. So if you're lacking in those areas, reconnect with the why before you start running. And that's a good question. I always ask people this. What's your why? What's your why for what you're doing? Maybe you need to ask yourself what your why is. Does your why still motivate you? Is it the right why? Because again, there's something here as well with that Milky Way. You're starting to feel lack of motivation, stagnation. So when you're in balance, achieves anything. Boundless energy. When you're out of balance, you're impatient and competitive. So you did get competition. Maybe you have been getting triggered with a bit of envy with the people around you in your community, whatever field you're in. Watch this whole reading. Okay, the shark. We'll get there. Directness, exposure, a revealing true nature and desire. The shark is only dangerous when we don't acknowledge it. And you've got truths in your mind that you're not acknowledging. They've been giving this collective this intuition to make these shifts for a long time. You keep avoiding it. This card indicates that something big needs to be exposed. It's lurking in the depths and creating tension. Shark energy takes over us when we are hesitant to be honest with ourselves and maybe others, to be totally us. But for this collective theme, it's for yourself. You're not being honest with yourself. That's where your denial's coming from. Watch the whole thing. Or to say what we really want. It may be tempting to continue pretending like nothing is wrong. This one card is what's keeping these out of balance. This one card. They're trying to show you and show you and show you through your mind's eye what needs to change. You keep avoiding it. And you take your uncertainties and your broken heart. That's not what's going on here. But when shark energy is at play, we feel its presence encircling us. When in balance, intriguing, captivating, and mysterious. When you're out of balance, you're sneaky and destructive, self-destructive. And whatever you're going through for the right collective, that's all it is. It's self-destructive behavior, self-sabotage. Okay. What are they wanting you to... I can already see it. This is... That just needs to be... These couple of restrictions and important decisions you start implementing in your life is going to bring you into balance. Sea serpent. Of course you are. Oh, you're about to go through maybe... another ascension, a rebirth, maybe a bit longer than usual. Like I always say, normal ascensions last anywhere from, let's say, 3 to 7 days. I think you're about to enter a period of, you're going to come out the other end soaring. But to remove our darkness, and I'm not saying a dark, but some of the, anyway, watch the whole thing. To remove it, we need to face it. We need to soar through it. And it might feel like this might take you a few weeks to get back into your groove again, but it's going to be worth it. The bat energy reminds me a lot of Phoenix energy. You wouldn't be granted it if you weren't strong enough to rise from it and accomplish it. Oh, So you got the cheetah, the lion, and this. You really are a creative. Could really be into, maybe you really do need to write a book, or you're a poet or a musician, or your song needs to be shared with the world, but with a beautiful balanced mind. Okay, the lizard's beautiful. I do think you've been going through this journey for a long time, but you were granted this energy, this unstoppable energy within your soul for a reason. That's probably one of the biggest personality traits I keep falling back into for this collective, your power within. There's not many people in this world, when they focus on something, they lock in and achieve it. A lot of people in this world get sidetracked. When their commitment gets tested and certain obstacles, they just give up. They're an escapist. Oh, what's next? That's too hard. Switch jobs every couple years. You know, whatever it is. I could give a whole heap of examples, but this collective, whatever it is, you could have 100 doubters in your corner telling you can't do that. That's silly. What are you thinking? If you lock in, you'll get it done. That's a gift. And that means you're a challenge-orientated person. And right now, where your challenge-orientated energy should go, it goes into something that is overwhelming you. So because in general, you're a challenge-orientated person, it's hard for you to walk away from those no-win situations you just want to accomplish, especially when you're locked in. Right now, what's going on in this collective's heart space, it's a challenge. So you're trying to lock into that because you're a challenge-orientated person. You've got to redirect your focus. The right collective, this will make sense. Powerful quality, if directed in the right way. Overwhelming quality, if it's directed in something that weighs us down. Externally. Internally, what's weighing you down, focus on, but externally, that's not where this powerful energy should be. It should be locked in on you. Lion, but you're patient. So this is what you're transitioning into. Patient, regal, a complete master. Truth. So you're not just the teacher, you were born to be a master. You were born to teach teachers, okay? You're a pioneer, you're a visionary, especially with this. You have a gift of sound. Even if you're not a singer, you have a gift of sound. Words that need to be heard, words that need to be spoken in a balanced state. The lion is a master of fire. So you have fire, water, and earth here. The living mascot of self-transformation, which means everything you've gone through, your turtle's journey, your lizard's journey, which we're about to go over, this bat journey, you've done it with self-mastery. You've done it independently. You've gotten yourself out of a lot, this collective, again, to show you what you're really made of. Beautiful. A lion's personality dedicates their life to personal and spiritual growth. That's beautiful. This dedication inspires some and intimidates others. Truth. Therefore, the lion is respected by all, but known intimately by few. You wouldn't let many people access your energy. Your energy is too valuable, so you would really protect. Salem agrees. You'd really protect your energy. And again, back to that, your time alone is meant to build your empire. Your time alone is when you're really meant to find your greatness. That's in this collective's contract. Embrace it. Therefore, the lion... Oh, we've read that one. Some mistake the lion as hard to access or aloof. Yet those with a keener eye know better. Lions are observant. They're stealth. They're precise in their words and actions. They do not waste their energy or resources. This card reminds us that self-mastery is available to all, no matter where our quest begins. Truth. When you're in balance, the epitome of peace and inner strength. When you're out of balance, withdrawn and too serious. All right, let's see this lizard. I'm like reading them all for you guys. You need to hear these words. You need to trust in your greatness and your power. You're instinctual. sensitive to the that is so beautiful. So you're powerful, and powerful, wise, and forthright, yes, with your truths, but you're sensitized with those truths. So you're not just strong, you have a yin and yang balance, or you definitely will. And the subtle, the dreamer. The lizard is and I always say there's nothing in this world that's impossible, nothing. But when you just have these big visions and these dreams, and you don't have the action, ambition, and well-directed energy, cheetah lion, to achieve it, your head's just in the clouds. And I guarantee you, this collective, when you're emotionally balanced, watch this whole thing. This is when you lock in, because you have strength to do it. But when you're numbing your emotion away, you're just off with the bloody fairies, and you lack your strengths. Your strengths that push you in life start to dwindle because you're numb. But this is what's going to make you soar. Right, collective? Again, this will be like bing, bing, bing. You're not someone that takes shortcuts in life. You know things that are worth having. Take dedicated effort and persistence. Remember that quality about yourself. Because you're numbing away because it's not coming easy right now. That's not who you are at the core. It's a habit you're trying to break through your bat energy. The lizard is an expert in the realm of sensory perception, as if it has a sixth sense. The lizard hears what is yet to be spoken and sees what is yet to be manifested. Although this is an amazing gift, it can easily wear the lizard down. Big crowds, lots of, like I said, you would be very sensitized to the people you let in as well. You wouldn't let many people access your energy because of overstimulation and the way you can read people. As long as you're not a complete lone wolf in life, I always say you should at least handful of people that you can turn to in life that genuinely trust. Everybody needs some form of companionship. There's a fine line with independence and hyper independence, but this collective in general, because this is your personality type, you're not one of those people that have big groups of 20-30 friends, or when you go out there's a whole group. That's not your personality type. You would have never been like that your whole life, because how perceptive and how aware you are of energy. Okay, but just make sure you're not a complete lone wolf. Again, that is something people need to really heal in them. Big crowds, lots of travel, and this overstimulation will drain a lizard and their magical essence. This card is an indication to pull back from the bright lights in the big city and return to the inner artist who's been whispering your name. Maybe you need a social media card. That's a big part of this collective's. You just need you right now, okay? You need you, and you need to lock back into that cheetah lion energy that you have. All right, I just want to get you a surrender card. To denial, huge. You got it twice. So you know you're in denial, and your higher self is telling you, stop questioning if you're in denial. You are. About the things you need to change, not your external. Who cares about external? Remember, this journey is about us. Us. When you keep focusing on external, you're not seeing it right. You think your denials of this, it's you and what you need to start putting into action. Accept people and situations exactly as they are without denying the difficulties. Then you can see things clearly and make better decisions. The wonder and awe. They're saying we're always here. You're probably a collective who used to get so excited by signs and synchronicities and rainbows and clouds in the sky. And they're saying, remember that version of you. Open to the magic of every moment and sense the awe and wonder in all of life. This attitude will keep you connected to the ecstasy and flow. They're probably trying to give you more signs than ever, but because you're in such a frustrated, overwhelmed state, you're probably cursing your signs, or you're just not noticing them. So funny, I did a reading the other day and it felt like there was Morse code in my phone kept tapping, and in the background it was about halfway through, and I remember when I was loading it I was thinking, gosh, it was such a, you could have really resonated with that. It really aligned with the collective. It was like the universe was trying to give such important signs, but it was like it was coming in Morse code. It's like it was just a riddle. This is reminding me of this collective. They're trying to direct you. Let it be through your dream state or physical signs or whatever it is, but you're not as observant and as aware as you once were, because again, you're numbing your state of being. Non-action. You need action on you, but everything else you just need to let flow into you. Got to stop focusing on the external right now. You full focus. Now is the time to be still and not act. Simply breathe and focus on your own power. Let others come to you. All these other situations that are distracting you and you think you're in denial with. Watch the whole reading. Time to step back into your true power. When you're in your power, once again, this collective, you're unstoppable. You were born to be head of the pack. Watch who's around you when you're in your power. It's like you're just this tornado of greatness. Okay, truly. And your stubbornness. So funny, my candle's burnt to a 3. Hopefully you guys can see that 3. Oh, you can't really, from what like my view, it looks like a 3. How has that done that? I love when candles burn magically like that. What pictures do you see? It's time for you to expand. A kind of little love heart as well. Your self-love. If you're tensing up or taking a rigid stance about something, gently observe yourself and become more yielding. This will help you communicate more lovingly with yourself. I'm not even going to say others. I'm going to say with yourself. Because this collective, you need some true self-love, self-care right now. You know, I always say this. Another reason I really promote water fast. When you really start to understand how sacred your soul is, and you're an ancient soul, so you've reincarnated a lot of lifetimes. When you start to realize the sacredness of your true sparkle, your stardust, the things you consume, the things you put your temple in, so your environment, your home, the people you allow in, you're on top of everything. You're immaculate with everything, because it's not even about yourself. You understand your soul and how it has carried through so many lifetimes and found, well, can't really say found you because it is you, but those moments of weakness and those moments of wanting to give in to temptation and desire, speak to your soul. Remember your sacredness. Remember your sparkle. Remember what your soul has been through. Just remember you are a star, a cosmic being. So appreciate that. All right, I just want to get you one of these, and I'm going to get you tarot. Okay, recognize the signs. Truth. This collective, they are trying to give you some powerful signs. This reading being one of them. Save this reading in your moment of weakness, your moments of weakness. 26, recognize the signs from above. Angels are sending you messages now, but you're too distracted to notice. Stay alert and open to divine guidance. Truth. Embrace your true life's purpose. Number 12, 26 and 12. 12th of this month is going to be big as well, because that was with the birds card. Okay. I'm guiding you towards your divine life's purpose. So you might think you're in your purpose. I feel this collective, you've got a new direction on its way. Whatever makes your heart joyful. And that makes sense with the broom, with the Milky Way as well, the clean. I think you're going to be highly shocked with what's coming for you. Whatever makes your heart joyful is what you're meant to be doing. So see what makes you joyful, especially even when you do post. See what makes you feel good after you post, or see what makes you feel and overthink. Really see your heart space right now. Your purpose, I feel, is so much grander than maybe what you're doing right now. So just, if they're brooming that Milky Way right now, there's more in a very good way. Especially, I saw a 3. 3 is Jupiter expansion. I think you're going to be highly surprised that they're wanting you to clear all this out before they release this. Open to your true spiritual gifts. Truth. 21. Remember that your true nature is spiritual, not physical. Ugh, stop focusing on this excess. Focus internally. The angels are sending messages to guide your soul's growth. So see them, embrace them, feel them. You would be getting not just numbers. I feel your dream state or your intuition. I always say no bigger sign than the emotion they're igniting in us. Be aware right now. I always say when you guys see a sign, it's not about going to Google, what does this mean? What do you feel in that very moment? Take a moment. It's not just, 444, a black bird. What do you feel? Because that's what they're trying to guide you with, right? People that have to research everything, I always say, no one knows all the answers, especially spirituality. You all have a universal truth. You all have a divine line. What do you feel in that very moment you see something? Write it down, because that's your meaning. You're allocating a sign. It's just the same with tarot. I talk about this is just a tool. Yes, people could write this, that, whatever. What you allocate the card to be when you are reading your tool, your guidance, they're going to show you what you've allocated. Right, collective, this will make sense. It's the same with signs. What you allocate. If you allocate a rainbow as divine intervention or duality or telepathy, rainbow is a color of telepathy, not to focus on telepathic connection with this other person, but with your line, yes, whatever it is. Soon as you allocate that, every time they're wanting you to remember that message or you need to focus on that sign in that moment, they're going to show you that rainbow. That's what you need right now. If you allocate a crow to mean whatever that is, whenever you need that message, they're going to show you a crow. I always say allocate your signs. It's just so much easier for you on your path. No one knows better than you and your own line, okay? Trust the messages you're getting right now, and it's time to be honest with yourself and snap out of denial over the own internal things you need to change. Okay. I just want to roll a dice. Actually, let's just see what your month ahead. I don't want to see what's coming. That's for you and your team too. I just want to see your month ahead, what your month of July is going to entail when it comes to you and your emotional growth, and there could be some form of reveal. Do I do 1? Why do I keep hearing 3? Do we need to do a 3 month ahead, like what's coming your next 3 months? 2. Okay. There's that Chariot again. Okay, so we've got Chariot, High Priestess, Ace of Swords. Look at this, your root and your solar right now. So releasing fear, gaining more confidence. Okay, I do think this next 2 months is going to be kind of jam-packed, but Chariot isn't just about forward movement. It really is about willpower and determination and action as well. Okay, so I think when it comes to your universal connection, this is really going to start to be accelerated in your life over the next 2 months. But whatever's coming with this Chariot energy, I know I'm saying you need to work on your strength, but it's also about having a nice, beautiful feminine balance as well, and not being too hard on yourself. Now, the fact that Ace of Swords is right next to High Priestess, remember you got the book. I do think you're going to have some illumination and reveals and truths come to the table that have been in the dark. And unfortunately, you weren't ready. You were not ready to see what that mystery was. Okay. I do feel this is going to help you with your burdens, and it is going to drop those wands. But I feel there is going to be a period that some of these things that come to your table may be quite overwhelming. And I always say every puzzle piece leads to the next. They're wanting you to work on these certain habits that are holding you back, and they're clearly wanting you to have a really clear state of mind for whatever's about to arrive in these next couple of months. They're wanting you in strength, they're wanting you in focus, and they're wanting you to have a balanced outlook. So this intuition they've been doing is for a far greater reason than you're just seeing in the physical right now. It's definitely future long-term things as well. I just want one more for your top row. I can't get over red, yellow, red, yellow. Oh, and your abundance. And again, she's one of the most, and it's funny because the balance of spirituality and practicality. She is so caring, nurturing, and abundant, but she's also, her and the Queen of Swords, they're the realists. They've got such a logical, practical kind of approach to life in general. And she's very, even though she's so caring, she's very good with her boundaries. Okay, so I do think we've got something very beautiful financially approaching you, but there is as well another reason you need to be very kind of soothed up here and balanced, because it needs not just a beautiful spiritual outlook, but it needs to have a grounded outlook as well, and still an understanding approach. Okay, but I have to confirm, this collective, I really do feel you need to work on your compassion towards yourself as well. I don't think you see yourself properly. You wouldn't be doing this to yourself if you did. Watch the whole reading. Oh my God, you've literally got the two realist queens here and the two queens. I'm speaking about you in general. I'm not speaking about I don't want to add other energies to this. You could have an air, earth, and a water sign around you as well. I want to speak about it as you and what you need, right? So your very first row, and this makes sense with what you're going through now. You need that approach right now to your life. You need logic. You need to be seeing the truth. You need to be snapping out of the denial of what you're doing to yourself. Okay? This Chariot, this forward movement needs this power behind it. Needs her strength behind it. That's what's going to make you lock in and go. So, especially if you are an actual S, like they're just trying to propel you right now. But when you start making excuses, you need to stop, and you just need to stay firm. She's one strong bloody queen, okay? No one can sway her. And you as a collective, yourself, you need restrictions right now. You need to, I'm saying be compassionate with yourself, with the self-talk, but you need to be harder on yourself with being able to say no to yourself. Okay, beautiful. So I do think you're going to come into whatever this High Priestess is. Okay, I do think there's going to be a lot of compromise coming around you, and you're learning true compromise. You're not just learning conflict avoidance, you're learning good communication. Okay, this is also a card of really starting to make amends. Okay, but especially with yourself. But that one little deviation about there could be some things being illuminated, this could help with making amends with certain things. Okay, oh my God, you got the power couple. you got the power couple, so you literally got the king and queen of coins. You could be a double earth or a double sign here. There is a truth coming to you. Like I said, I didn't want to, because this shouldn't be your focus. This isn't where your denial's coming from. Again, watch the whole thing. Whatever's coming towards you with truth, balance, epiphany, revelation, it's coming in a trusting, honorable way, okay? But also with you. You're really about to balance out your abundance. I always say he's on the top of his mountain, having his cake, eating it too, okay? He is like... So, but this comes from your strength of your masculine and your determination as well, okay? He also reminds me a lot of loyalty. So loyalty to yourself, to your path. But if this is something that's coming towards you, I think you will be highly surprised. These wands. Oh, beautiful. So there is 5 of Cups in reverse. That's what I do feel. You're going to face some moments of feeling quite burdened, but I do think those wands are going to drop. I do think there's forgiveness and just a big turning point coming, okay, when it comes to certain emotion that unfortunately you weren't seeing the silver lining in. You were so boxed in the outlook. I think that silver lining starts to really make itself clear, and you start to really understand why certain things have gone the way they've gone, and it just reinstills that optimism and hope back in you. You start to really see the 2 cups that are standing. You're not just focusing on the spilt milk anymore. So, but I am hearing both. I do still feel there's a reason you're learning what you're learning right now through emotion and proper self-sacrifice and reflection. Okay. Just lot of action, I think, throughout this whole but remember the deviation. She's the realist. He ignores all the red flags because he's just focusing on the end stop. And you kind of have a personality type. When you're locked in, you'll just get me there. So this could be coming in your energy you need to be aware of as well, okay? But also I do think there's some rapid things coming when it comes to your pinnacle path in life over the next 2 months as well. Nothing bad. We don't have a tower. We don't have anything destructive here, but there's a change that has not been on your energy radar. Okay. 10 of coins. Just saying. All right. Okay, that whole reading resonated. Whoa! You got a lot. Venus star, you magical queen, king. Okay. J. Okay. G, O. L and X. Oh, the little bananas came out. I didn't even see them. You could be eating a banana, or you could actually hate bananas. Why are bananas so polarizing? I think it's the texture. I love a banana. But St. Jude, nothing's a lost cause. Remember that. Remember, the world is your oyster. You are powerful. Remember that. Good luck is on your side. So you didn't get the little silver elephant. You got the gold elephant. That's the abundant elephant. You need more balancing in your heart space. I think that's what you've been focusing. Your healing, which has been beautiful, but I do feel you lack a bit of confidence. And I said it before, this is why you inflict the things you do on your vessel. You could have just broken a ring as well, or lost a stone out of a ring. Full moon energy, 16th. Crescent moon energy, so these could be important emotional phases for you, like the moon phases. Write them down. The peach could have a nice booty, okay? Or gym, maybe you need to perk up your little tush. golden butterfly. This period will help you truly spread your wings properly and trust in divine timing when time stops. This has stopped at 10:26, that mystery card. So that's important. That's important, and that's what your chariot's coming with, the mystery. Your magical purple wax. Maybe you've got a purple candle on. Maybe you've got to start learning how to scry or read candle wax, but you're protected. You could have just got a Humza hand. Opalite. We got a lot of charms. Maybe you need an opalite. The abundant bell. So you got the elephant and the gold bell. Could have just bought a gold bell. And your signs. Stay on top of your signs. That's a feather. You could have just found a beautiful feather. Important dates, memories, birthdays. 20th of the 3rd, 15th of the 12th, 2020. That could have been a very important year for you. 20th of the 4th, 6th of the 7th, 7th of the 6th, 16th of the 7th, 16th of the 5th, 5, 6, 7, 16th of the 3rd, 16. Sign. All right, my loves, I will be on YouTube later. Oh, 16 again and 5. That's an important date, 16th of the 5th. All right, lots of love.